Okay. Om Jnana Timidhandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamayan Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Pajijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Brindabaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Abanshakalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebho Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. And now, by popular demand, the Shri Siksastakam.
I just have to say one quick thing. So I'm doing those sage groups.
Yeah.
And the sage group, and at the beginning of each class or session, they say those prayers. And they want each person in the group to volunteer to do it on 1 week. I really don't think I could do it.
We should all be chanting them together.
Yes.
Before the class, we shouldn't just be, we should all do it together, and then you'll learn them, and then you'll be confident about it, because you've heard these words. You've heard them now. How long we've been doing this? 8 months?
Yeah, I mean, since...
You know more than you think, and you will
But
be able to.
January, February.
I can't.
We'll do it slow.
Yeah.
You know what you have to do? You have to record him doing it, have it in front of you, print it out, and listen and do it like that. That's the only way it's gonna go here for you to get it
And
out.
then on Sundays we'll chant it together.
Okay.
You'll be able to do it.
Actually, we're doing a shorter version of the whole thing. I can send it to you, but we do tend to skip around when we do this every week.
There's a very particular order that it's properly.
Really?
It's usually this one though.
I think they do it that way.
They're not going to do
other
more than
people that
this.
I've heard do, and they're doing. I feel like I'm going to be like, I can't do it in the cadence or, and read it at the same time. I'm freaking out about it, but I may just say,
don't freak out.
Right now you can't do it.
Yeah,
but you will do it.
Yeah. So I just volunteer to read the notes.
I'll
read the notes.
I didn't start reading it like this my first time.
It
took a long time.
I can't even, there's like one line in there I still can't say. And it's like I've heard this a million times.
Can I ask which one it is?
It's the one with Vishakla, Lalita.
Oh yeah.
It is such a tongue twister.
They're all tongue
Just
twisters.
now, is it just that one
that
single
one
line,
part.
or the
It's
four,
where,
like the 4 lines? Does it start with Vandeham or?
Yeah, well, I get the Vandeham Shri Guru, Shri Yada Pada Kamalam, Shri Guru, Vaishnavamscha, because I've heard Prabhupada sing that so many
Right,
times.
so like Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha. Okay.
And I know Radhanath sings that a little. He's Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know if it's a mental block or my tongue just...
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's the hardest part for me. Because this is from the Radha Krishna album, and they used to play that at the palace constantly. So I've heard this in Prabhupada's voice
Right.
so many times. Like,
Mm.
yeah, like I get it, because it is hard to just practice. You'll be able to do it.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. There's a great recording by Prabhupada where he does kirtan. I've heard it so many times, where Prabhupada starts with the Mangala Charan. Yeah. So I think
that's on the Radha Krishna album.
We're,
it's really raw. It's just like kartals and a mridanga.
And he's leading, and then there's some younger devotees who are
Where
following.
can I find that?
It's on YouTube. Well, I'll see if I can find it.
The Radha Krishna album.
You know, when I used to go to programs with Guru Prabhu, he used to play that particular track. He would play it a lot.
That's how I learned those prayers. Because they always played at the palace.
Yeah.
Okay, let's make a list of things that we want to add to this.
Well,
group
I
that
think
we
he'll
did.
remember
wish
and
list.
add it to the Sunday Sangha.
Yeah.
Because he remembers everything.
Okay.
It's a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
Anyone ever watched Monk before?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a gift and a curse.
I'm watching. Sorry.
But nowadays it's much more of a gift than anything.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to start it.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's really good.
Very pretty.
Definitely.
Oh, that's one of my
This?
favorites.
Yeah, it's this album. Do you have this on Spotify?
Radha Krishna Temple.
No, I do not have it, but
I'm trying to.
No. Do you all like to use Spotify more than
Yes.
YouTube?
I use
Okay.
I
All right.
love Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
I just find it to be easier the way it like works for me. That for some reason YouTube like takes me. I don't know.
Right.
What's the name of this group?
It's Sunday Sangha.
Mm-hmm.
I just named it.
Oh, that
On our
what
text.
you just sent.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's our Sunday Sangha. So
Okay.
that we could just put everything in there.
All right, enjoy.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, George Harrison produced this one.
Mm.
Okay, so let's begin.
Yep. Are you all ready for
Yes.
Sri Siksastakam?
Sorry.
That's
Yes.
okay. No worries. It's okay.
I am ready.
Okay. So I'm going to start with the first text. So we're going to read I guess it's Bengali, or is it Sanskrit or Bengali?
Bengali, I think.
Really?
Because Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote it.
Right. So we're going to start with the text, and then we're going to do the translation. Eventually, at the end, we'll read the commentary.
Okay.
Okay. Verse 1. Cheto darpanam arjanam bhava mahadavagnir nirapanam Shreya kairava chandrika vitaranam vidyavadu jivanam Anandam buddhi vardhanam pratipadam purnamrita swadanam Sarvatma snapanam param vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Glory to the Shri Krishna Sankirtana, which cleanses the hearts of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. Anytime, if anyone has a comment, just stop. You can stop the whole reading. Nam namakari bahuda nija sarva shaktis tatrapita nityamita smarane nakala etadrishi tabakripa bhagavan mamapi durdaiva midrisham ihajani nahuragaha. O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
back up. So Lord Chaitanya is saying he has no attraction for the whole. Where does that put us? Like, think about that. He's Krishna himself, and he's trying to set an example. Like, I don't like.
It's Radha and Krishna themselves.
Yeah, and it
combined.
And he's saying, I have no. It's like, I think it's to teach us that
it's okay.
No, that we have to build up to it. Like Ma was saying, it's like you have to build up to this, that you're not going to immediately have attraction to chanting the holy name. There's so many other things that are going to get in the way. So for him to say this, it's just like him setting an example that I have no attraction to. Of course he does, but he's just saying that to like make a point, I feel like.
I mean, what I feel about this is that when you get to that higher platform, there's a certain amount of humility that we have, like Raghunath Das Goswami. I mean, he felt like he was a worm in stool, and that's what he said. He was one of the 6 Goswamis. And yet he came to earth. He lived in the spiritual sky. That's where he is as, I'm sorry. No, I forget his Manjari name, but he's the eternal servant of Srimati Radharani. So, and yet he has this humility because they know what that higher taste is. They know how high it can go. And sometimes that, just, they're in the material world with the ebbs and currents, how things kind of can go up and down, how we can, and they just feel like they know how much love they can feel. They feel that scale, and for whatever reason, maybe they're not, I don't know, maybe I'm
like
off
a
base
deeper
here.
absorption.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. I feel like that last line, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them, is he's humbling himself. Like, because we look at him as what? But even he is saying that, like, that's within him too. Exactly that same thing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm still here. Like,
right.
Even
This extreme humility is one of the symptoms of a very, very high soul. There's a song by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Amara Jivanam, where he's basically saying just how fallen he is, what a sinner he is. And we know he's not,
Right.
but he feels that, It's humility. I don't even feel like it's setting an example. In some way, like it's fated that he is setting that example, but I feel he actually does feel that way because he knows, like, just how high this is. He knows, but it's. Anyway, I'm sorry. That's
It's hard to explain.
It's really hard to explain. It's really difficult for me to put to words.
Well, do we want to go to the purport that on the other one to see if that is explained?
We could. We can do that.
I have another. I always also have a hard time with the hundreds and millions of names. So is that including the names of God that other like Allah, or is that part of the hundreds of millions of names? That,
or is it all Indian?
Yeah.
I don't.
That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
I heard that there was some names of Krishna are like primary and very like non-different from him, and other ones more describe his secondary qualities.
So just their names for his qualities.
There's some names that like demonstrate his everything.
Right.
And there's some that only describe him partially.
Okay.
Like there's a specific name for when he kills a certain demon. But that's not like the most worshipable name because it's very specific and partial to his like greater personality.
Right. Well, one that I never heard, which is in the Krishna book, was Kana, they call him as,
Sorry.
and I never heard that one, you know, not that I've heard hundreds of millions of them, but
Yeah.
it was just
That's a
interesting to me.
very familiar family name one.
Kana? So, oh, okay, so
I think
for
it
me it
means
was
like,
like,
it's
who's
describes a
Kana?
particular hue of the rain cloud.
Kana?
I think so, but I
Okay.
could be wrong.
But yeah, I always just wonder that, like, are all the other names that people from other places that whatever their name for God is.
I'd go out on a limb and say yeah, because it's all, if Krishna's all inclusive, and
Yeah,
then it's all, yeah.
okay, so do we want to go to that other?
I'm actually there right now, and
Okay.
I'm like leafing through it, and I'm not even sure if this would even answer our question.
Okay.
There's also a point here that Krishna's not different than his names, which isn't really described there, right?
Is that the first one? No.
No, in the
Maybe I could read something really like a cross section, just a short part of that purport that caught my eye, if you don't mind.
No.
Let's see. Those who are devoted to Nam Japa do not have to try to avoid papa and accumulate the punya which accompanies karma, because those who possess shraddha lack the eligibility to engage in karma. However, if they commit nam aparad, then distress should arise within them in order to destroy these aparads. If they take to chanting the name incessantly, then along with the distress they feel in making such offenses, their hearts will naturally become free of aparad. There's a statement, I'm sorry.
very dense.
It is.
Yes, I'm like,
Those who have-
Because you need a glossary.
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah,
to remember
those-
what all these words mean.
Yeah, aparad is offense, I'm sorry. I
You
just
should-
assume
you
that
should
everyone
give the
knows what that
definition
means.
as you go on.
Those who have committed nam aparad, which is the offense of chanting the holy name without, and don't worry about this, by the way, chanting, like, we're all beginners, we commit this nam aparad, the offense. But we're not going to incur any, like, negative reaction for it. But it's something that eventually we should grow beyond in order to attach to Radha and Krishna and to detach from the material world. Let me see.
Simple way of describing Namaparat, maybe partially, but thinking you can get something from that.
Right.
When you chant selfishly.
Yes.
And it's not an act of devotion and worship. It just becomes like, free me of my sins or whatever, you know.
And in the next text, he's really talking about humbleness, and so it all goes kind of together, right? Like,
Exactly.
he's bringing up how you should chant in the most humble state of mind in the next text. So
Yeah.
I think we're onto something.
Can we read that now?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Let's forget about that other stuff that we can't explain.
I'm sorry.
I think the purport at the end of this really does explain it.
Okay.
Oh, okay, good.
easily.
Trinadapi sunichena tarurapi sahisnuna amanina mahadena kirtaniya sadahari. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind. Thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street, one should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. So, humble state of, when I think of thinking oneself lower than a straw in the street, this is my mind, tinged with materialism. It's like, well, if we do that, then people are going to take advantage of us. That's like the first thought in my head. It's very, like, I think it's like very dangerous to be in that state, but at the same time, it's like, but then, like, when you love, having love means being vulnerable. So that's another counterpoint that you
part of it too is just simply receiving that unpleasant behavior from others, but not having a egotistical reaction to defend yourself. Like, obviously you're not gonna have, you're gonna try not to get into a big emotional spin out about it and just, you know, ideally, but still you're a human, that's gonna hurt your feelings, but just not have a big reaction to it or feel like you have to defend yourself.
Detachment from the ego.
And she spent years in India, which was not easy.
Yeah.
And you know, to associate with her guru and with the devotees, and that's not easy when, you know, being a single woman especially, you know, so one has to endure a lot of difficulties in that state. But if someone is full of pride, that's much more difficult, you know. Then that road is pretty much inaccessible, you know. It's like driving a monster truck, you know, like a thin, narrow like road in Europe, like an alleyway, you know. You can't do it. You have to get rid of it. So
There's always descending mercy that can come even when you are incredibly egotistical.
I feel like this verse describes a bona fide spiritual master. Like, I think of Radhanath or Keshava Swami or Bhakti Charu. They're all very humble souls. When you meet these peoples, there's like a different vibration to them. They see you as a spirit soul, and it makes them very tolerant and non-judgmental and kind. And that comes from them chanting for so many years. But
I don't think they know more than other people. They don't like look around the room and think like, they have higher social status.
Right.
They're more beautiful, or whatever it is, you know.
They see everyone as spirit soul. It's different.
I mean, when Prabhupada started, he started in the Bowery with poor people.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
What did he tolerate?
He almost tripped over some drunk that was sitting on the steps of the apartment he was staying in. I read in one book.
He walked over a dead body to get to his apartment.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like someone OD'd.
That must have been
Yeah, like it's insane.
A normal occurrence
that's
over
like
there.
being as to me. That's, you know, being as tolerant as you can be.
And I think about his whole like stature and the pictures I see of him. He looks like he's this big.
He is. He was so tiny. Yeah.
Tall.
But
just the whole thing.
He seems like a huge person, like when you're listening to him and you see. But yeah, factually, he was a small person.
And tiny, like thin and
really thin.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a picture of him eating prasadam in Vrindavan, and there's like all these plates, and he's really skinny, and he's like, it's really like, wow. He's so little, and he like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
But he
I
seems
think
so
of him
big.
like walking around at that time in New York, being,
Holy cow.
you know, made fun of or yelled at for, you know, the way he looked, you know,
Sure.
people, I don't know,
Yeah, I'm
because
sure
he just
it's
looks so different.
So hard.
Yeah.
So
But and he just kept,
he was tolerant, more tolerant than a tree.
and humble,
No sense of false prestige. Yeah, because if you had ego, how could you do that?
yeah.
How could you have lived that life?
And why, I also remembered one thing about the tree. Why did they use the tree as an example? Because it gives fruits, it gives wood, it gives shade, it gives shelter to the birds.
Right.
And it asks
love
for
this.
nothing in return.
Right,
Nothing. It just gives and gives. The cow also is like that.
yeah. I love this verse because I think about it a lot, and it's so true. Like, it just makes so much sense, you know, to think of yourself in that way, and try to emulate that. And so I just and to me, it seems like, well, why wouldn't I want to be a tree then? You know? But maybe I would want to be a tree. Maybe that's a higher level. I don't know.
It can be if
Yeah.
you're
It could be.
like if you're in the spiritual world in Goloka Vrindavan, or even if you're in this material world, like when Krishna's there, that's a much better birth to have.
Yeah.
To have that personal association.
Yeah.
I was doing parikram in Vrindavan one time, and there was trees on the road that goes around Vrindavan that you walk on. And an older devotee lady told me, every time you pass a tree, make sure your right shoulder faces that tree, because that's a sage.
Wow.
That's doing penance there.
Wow.
You know, so include those trees in your parikram. And I was like, whoa, that blew my mind. 'Cause
Yeah.
that was the beginning, and that was like one of the first glances like that an older devotee gave me of like that world, you know.
Mm. Yeah. I love it. But yeah, I find that verse has a lot of, you know, just, you could really spend time thinking
Yeah,
about
there's a
this.
lot of juice in there.
Yeah.
It can,
Nectar.
Nectar, yes, very
A
much,
lot, it's a lot.
very much.
but also if you bring your mind to it and you think about all these other psychological concepts and everything that
Yeah,
we're introduced to, like codependence and
yeah.
other people abusing us because they're trying to exert dominance over us and stuff, it can be kind of hard to harmonize all that sometimes.
Mhm. Finding that balance of like humility without,
Right.
you know, allowing,
So are you,
because we're in the material world, so it's like applying all of this
Mhm.
into, and the world, what it was like 500 years ago as opposed to what it's like now. It's like what we're up against also has changed so much.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so it's like it's more of a challenge
Yeah.
to see these words and
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah.
like also giving us a hankering for it, right?
yeah,
Just thinking it's so easily accessible for us. All I have to do is read this every day and then I can be like that.
yeah.
And it's not like that, you know?
Reality is not
Really?
that.
Oh.
Yeah.
But are you saying that it could be triggering to other, is that,
I think it could be a challenge that could, that some people could face when they're reading these things.
Yeah.
People that are like analytical and,
Like how Sai said, like when you think about being the straw in the street, you think about people like, oh, they're
right, taking
gonna
advantage
walk
and
all, how
stepping
can I
all
do
over.
that? Like being vulnerable is very, very triggering and scary for people.
yes.
But that's where the soul connections are made, you know, when you're all puffed up. You know, I'm not gonna feel like I'm connected spiritually to you if you're, you know, talking down at me. When you're humble,
Right.
I'm humble. That's where
Right.
we make our connection. So I think that's important to think about that. Who you're associated with while you decide to be this straw in the street. So,
Yeah,
right.
but I think the whole point of it is, doesn't matter who you're associated with,
Right.
you know,
It's-
right.
Yes and no. Yes and no, you know.
I
So-
know.
And depending on your state of mind, so we have narcissism in this world, right? We have that. So, so you could be in a relationship with a narcissist, and if you're don't have your roots, say the tree, you're not rooted in something, that narcissist could come in and destroy you completely.
Yeah.
Right? But if you have roots in something and you're grounded in a philosophy like this, it doesn't really matter what that
Right.
narcissist, they could try blowing you down and chopping you down, but if you're rooted, you know,
Yeah.
you need that. That's what I mean by association, that something that grounds you. Otherwise,
It's very internal. And it's
Yeah.
very private. It's something you have to hold like very secretly and dearly inside your own self.
yes,
Yes.
and in a humble nature,
Mm-hmm.
as humble as you could possibly be in this. Yeah, very interesting. Next one,
Okay.
4.
Yes, text 4. Nadhanam najanam nasundarim kavitam vajagatisha kamaye mama janmami janmani svare bhavatad bhaktir ahvituki tvai. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. Ahinanda tanuja kinkaram patitamam vishame bhavam buddho kripaya tava pada pankaja stita dhuli sadrisham vichintaya. O son of Maharaj Nanda, Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. Nayanam galadashru dharaya vadanam gadgada rudhaya gira pulakair nichitam vapu kada tavanama grahane bhavishyati. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name? Yugayitam nimeshena chakshusha pavrishayitam shunyayitam jagat sarvam govinda virahena me. O Govinda, feeling your separation, I'm considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. Just want to say real quick, so that separation, vipralambha is the word, that actually was like a sentiment expressed by the gopis when Krishna left Vrindavan for Mathura and then later Dwarka. So every moment was like 12 years for them too. That was their ras. That's Madhurya ras. Yeah. Verse 8. Ashlishya vapadam varatam pinashtu mam adsharam marmahatam karutova yatatava vidato lampato mat prana natastu sa eva napara. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally. And that's a love that's free of transactions and the expectation of reciprocity.
Or you have to, if you love me, it's like this.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people think if everything good is happening in my life, it's because God loves me and because I was good.
Right.
But what you need to see is even when the bad things happen to you, it's for your own good.
You know, and speaking of that there's actually Mother Kunti, who's the mother of Arjuna, said, I wish these calamities would happen again and again so I can see you again and again. Because that's when Krishna would appear, when Kunti was in trouble. So I just want to move on to the commentary. Hope we have enough time, but if we don't, we can always do it again.
Yeah, no,
It's
I think we should.
I think we should wait so we could like.
Yeah,
We could
and
have
I think
time
we
with
should.
it because
Let's do it next
it's really
week.
good.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
was like,
Let's read
But
all
we
8
should go-
verses again.
Yeah, and we should go
And then
over
just
the
go-
ones we
yeah.
didn't, because they're all important.
yeah, I
We
know.
only talked about the first 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I sent you guys the
Thank you.
musical version of this from Gauravani and Achyuta. Achyuta's and Ananta's dad passed away the other day.
Was he the temple commander of Brooklyn Temple?
Yeah, he was always taking pictures. And his mother and father, their parents were always on the altar.
Mm-hmm.
How old was he, and was it unexpected?
I don't know. I don't know either answer.
I think he's in his 80s because I saw they had like a memorial thing for him on Facebook.
Oh,
And
I think even look at the date.
I think it was like 1940 something.
Yeah.
So he must have been a disciple of Prabhupada.
Mm-hmm. No, he wasn't, because they mentioned his guru, and it's somebody that I don't know his name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought he was a Prabhupada disciple too, but I don't think so.
Do you know how many daughters he had by any chance?
I think Achuta's the youngest of 5, and she's the only girl.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she has sisters.